Have you ever been like really excited about a ride? Like you look at the numbers and it's like 10 minutes for the pickup and 20 minutes for the ride, and they're going to pay you like $15, and you figure, well, it's like $30 an hour. That's exactly where I want to be. I'll take it, right? But then it's so maddening. You hit navigate and Waze tells you that it's 15 minutes for the pickup. And then when you get there and you go to the destination, instead of 20 minutes, it's 25 minutes. So now this ride, instead of being 30 minutes of your time, is 40 minutes of your time. And your metrics are all screwed. Well, this has happened a lot to me. So I said, is this just me, my head? Am I just looking at the negative of this? Are there somewhere it's the other way around? Because I always use Waze. Waze has been my workhorse, and it's always been accurate. Even when passengers tell me go this way, Waze is always faster with the route that they're giving me. So here's what I wanted to do, rideshare drivers out there. I grabbed a bunch of screenshots from both Uber and Lyft, both what they said up front were the numbers, and then I compared that to what Waze told me were the numbers. And I'm saying Waze is correct. And what I wanted to see is Uber and Lyft, are they over-promising or under-promising? So that's what we're gonna look at here. I'm kind of excited about it because I was like, I know I'm right, but I had no numbers to back it up. And you'll see the results, which are somewhat surprising as to is there an impact, right? And then what do we do about that? What if Uber and Lyft are over-promising? Is that information that's even useful to us? So all that and more coming up. Hey everybody, it's Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy. And by way of background, I took a bunch of screenshots, and I did 10 rides with Uber and 10 rides with Lyft. So for each one, I had to get 3 screenshots. I had to get the Upfront screenshot from Uber or Lyft, and then I had to get from Waze, I had to get their navigation to the pickup, and then their navigation from the pickup to the final destination. And let's jump into it. I'll break it down for you, and then you'll see the results. So number 1, Uber raw data. So on my iPhone, in order to get a screenshot, I got to push 2 buttons at the same time. So it could be a little frustrating because sometimes I would just press the button on the side and that would make my whole screen go black. Or I would get the upfront, and then I might get the screenshot going to the pickup, but then I would forget and I wouldn't get that one. But I just kept going at it, and I finally got 10 for Uber. So what you're seeing there is all 30 of the screenshots that I got, okay? So I got all 30 screenshots. Number 2, Uber, the analysis. So what you're seeing now is the spreadsheet I put together based on all those screenshots. And I'm comparing Uber, so you're seeing their upfront money, and then what they projected in total minutes and miles, and then Waze, what they projected in minutes and miles, and then a comparison. And then what you see in orange there is 85%. 85%. That means, and then if you look below that, you'll see on average, right? On average, Uber was subtracting 3 minutes of drive time for each of the 10 rides. And in total, it was a 15% discount. So if they were saying it's 8 minutes, you can add 15% to that, and that's what it actually was. So that's a pretty substantial amount. So I was like, well, this is great that I now understand that I am not crazy, that every time I get excited about a ride and then I go to navigate using Waze and it's like an extra 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm like, damn, Well, I'm saying damn because it's true. Their numbers, they're over-promising is what they're doing. They're over-promising to us, the drivers. Now, we're going to compare this to Lyft, and we'll see if Lyft is also doing the same thing. Okay, number 3, raw data. So same process. I finally got 10, and what you're seeing there is what that looks like. So there's a total of 30 screenshots that I got. And number 4 is the analysis. So we put all of this into a spreadsheet, same spreadsheet, just different numbers. And this is for Lyft. And Lyft is even worse. You can see Lyft is 80%. That means they're overpromising by 20%. 20%. So they're both doing it, and the difference between the two isn't that much. But so if you've noticed that you're looking at your upfront numbers that they're giving to you, and it looks like a great ride, and then you actually figure out your numbers, it's not as good. That's because they are in fact over promising. Why are they doing this? I think they're doing this because they're competing with each other, and they know that drivers are starting to get smart about how they're evaluating the rides, and they want their rides to look better than their competition's. That's my thinking, my belief as to why this is happening. So number 5, summary. So between 15 to 20% being overpromised by Uber and Lyft. So this isn't a scientific experiment. I only did 10, but I think we got a pretty good sense that my hypothesis is accurate. So what can we do about this? Well, there isn't much you can do about it. There's no way to change it, but knowledge is power. So knowing that that's the case is just good to know. So the way I'm using it is that now I won't be surprised and I won't have high expectations. I will lower my expectations. So when I'm driving out there, I won't be frustrated several times throughout the day when the numbers are really different. I realize now that there's a 15 to 20% difference. That's the way it is. And I'm just going to have to accept that because that's the way it is. All right, so what are the key takeaways here? Well, I'm going to say it again. Knowledge is power. Just knowing that this is the game that they're playing. I've documented this with some proof, with some rides. Both of them seem to be playing the same game, competing with each other to make their rides look better so that we are enticed by one or the other to go drive for them, right? Even though there are plenty of drivers, they still want more drivers. The more drivers they have, the shorter the wait time for their passengers. So they always want more. They may not need more, but they want more because that makes their end product even more efficient. So that's the key takeaway. We understand the game they're playing. We can lower our expectations and just be happy campers out there driving around doing our job. I want to thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed the journey as we found out something, found some new information about Uber and Lyft and their upfront pricing and their miles and minutes estimates, which are being overpromised. So if you like the video, give it a like. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Once a day, you're going to get some great content from us to teach you how to make more money in less time. I want to thank you. This is Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy. Go out and have a great day. Go out and tell someone you love them. They will love it. And be safe out there. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.